Hi, my name is Malcom Riley, formerly Company Director of T&Q Rentals in Cairns. I now have my own training company called malcomrileyspeaker.com. My confession, after 35 years, I've got lots of them, but one I chose today was a property that was rented by someone we didn't know. It was actually being managed by a barrister who had taken over a family estate, who employed me to go down to collect the rent from the tenants, who I didn't know. He had very little detail on the tenants, except they were 6 months in arrears. But I went down to this property. The lady came out, met me on the footpath, who said language I'd never heard of before, even in a pub. A lot of volatility, a lot of aggression on the front yard. She was going to call current affair and have me arrested and removed off the property, and all I did was actually say I was an agent to come and collect the rent. I did retreat, and I think that's something that property managers can learn, is to retreat when you have to retreat. So I went back, spoke to the barrister, and he said, well, you need to go back there and talk to them, try and get some money, and we'll lodge court papers to try and have an eviction. Now, the tenant was an older lady. She had a son who'd served time in jail for stabbing someone. So him and his friend were actually cutting up cars, stealing them and selling them off. She also had a daughter who was 18 and a friend who she was prostituting out and earning money. So she's running a scam on cutting up cars and prostitution. And I go in there to try and collect rent. So I went in there second time and I'm confronted with guns, loaded guns, I found out after. There were 6 rifles, 6 handguns, 2 Rambo hunting knives, which they threatened to use. And seeing I didn't carry a gun, I sort of retreated again, back out of that property. Went back to my office, rather shaken, rang the police and had a very in-depth conversation with the police, who then raided them, and they arrested them, took them away, and got lots of information about weapons, ammunition, and the amount of laws they'd broken. We didn't get the 6 months worth of rent. However, the bill to the barrister was huge. The message for property managers out there is every issue I've had like that's been threatening, it's been a tenant I haven't put into the property and I didn't know who the tenant was. It's a big information point for us to look at who's behind the door when we go there. Nothing says we've got to go into properties. With the drug labs that are out there and the mental health issues that we have in our world today, that you have to go into the properties. Step back, talk to your principals, and the police are a great support. The other thing that I've done in my office and other offices is put in an app, which is the Daniel Malcom Foundation app, and I'd like to support that company. Big red button, as you can probably see on the screen. If you feel like you're in trouble, you can just press that and it alerts people that you're in trouble who you have pre-listed in there. So tips for property managers: carry some apps around with you, tell people where you're going, and nothing says you've got to go in the property. If you have a gut feeling about something's quite not right there, don't go in.